Hello and welcome to another video today brought to you by Marcus's Corner. I'm Marcus Boston. We are now talking football. It is that time of the week for me to give my picks for week 7 of the NFL season. Last week, guys, I went 9-6. There was some games that I just couldn't pick them. I didn't get them right, just like a lot of other people missed on a couple of those games that were from last week. We had some huge games that went down, and so hopefully this week I will be back picking, and I'm looking forward to doing better. Maybe I can get to them 10 wins this week. All right, so here we go. Here are my picks for week 7 of the NFL season 2016. All right, we have the Thursday game. The Bears are going to Green Bay. I'm picking Green Bay in this because Green Bay, they're just a better team. But this is my question to you guys. Do you think that Green Bay looks as strong as they have historically? I know that this is going to give them an opportunity to go to 4-2 this week if they can pull this one off, but it just doesn't seem that Green Bay is as strong as they have been historically. But again, that's why we play the game. So another week down, if they can pull this one off, they will move to 4-2. All right, now we're going to move to the Sunday games. We've got the early game. The Giants are going to be playing the LA Rams, but this game is going to be in London. I am going to pick the Giants to go with this one. Yes, I know I'm a Rams fan, but I got to go with the Giants on this one. And the reason being is because the Rams secondary is just garbage right now. Defense is not looking good. They couldn't stop Detroit last week from doing anything, and they lost. Even though they put up a lot of points, they just couldn't stop Detroit's defense. I see Manning not having a problem against this weak Ram defense. Go with the Giants on this one. We've got the Saints playing the Chiefs. This game is in Kansas City. We're going to go with the Chiefs on this one. They had an impressive win last week against Oakland. The Chiefs did. So we've got the Saints going to Kansas City. Go ahead and take the Chiefs on this one. The Colts and the Titans. Go with the Titans. Mariota is looking to push his team to 4-3 this week. They are still in it. The Titans are, they're still around that, average area, but they're looking to go ahead and get off and go to 4-3. We've got the Vikings playing the Eagles. This is a big game, guys. The Vikings going to the Eagles. We've got Sam Bradford, who used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles before they drafted Wentz. And now Wentz is going to have to deal with a very good defense in the Minnesota Vikings. Guys, I'm picking the Vikings to win this one. I know this game is in Philly, but again, we're talking about the rookie going up against a very good Vikings defense. Last week, he didn't look too good against the team in Washington, and they were not able to pull that one out. I'm going to look and say the same thing this week. I don't think that Wentz is going to have a good game this week. He might be able to bounce back, but again, this is probably going to be one of the best defenses he's faced in his young career. Go with the Vikings on this one. We've got the Browns going to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has been slow out of the gate this year, guys. Hey, they've been slow. For a team that everybody's always talking about playoffs for Cincinnati, they are starting off slow. But go ahead and pick Cincinnati on this one. Washington and Detroit. This is one of these games. This is a trap game because neither one of these teams really have any defense. Washington has to go to Detroit to play this game. I'm going to pick Detroit, and the only reason I'm picking Detroit is because this game is in Detroit. But like I said, neither one of these teams, they really have any good defense. Cousins had a decent game last week. He looked good, but again, Kirk Cousins, we know what we get sometimes with him. Interceptions, and yes, he did that last week against Philly. He had some picks. This game is going to be in Detroit. Go with Detroit on this one. Oakland and Jacksonville. Oakland let me down last week. Yeah, they do. I've been a believer in Oakland, but they let me down last week. But I think they right the ship. They're going to Jacksonville. I know this game is on the road for them, but I just think that Oakland has a little bit more talent overall against Jacksonville. So let's go with Oakland on that one. Buffalo heading to Miami. Guys, Buffalo might be for real. Buffalo really may be for real. Since they fired their offensive coordinator early in the season, they have been on a tear. McCoy has come back to life. Their offense is showing life. They've got to play Miami. Now, Miami won last week. They had a big game last week. But again, we've got the offense of the Buffalo Bills led by McCoy and their quarterback. Hey, I say go ahead and go with Buffalo on that one. Baltimore playing the Jets, not much to say on that one. The Jets are a mess. Go with Baltimore. Tampa and the San Francisco 49ers. Tampa is going to the West Coast. The Bucs generally don't do well out there on the West Coast, but I'm going with the Bucs. And the reason why I'm going with the Bucs is because Winston, the Bucs have an offense. They can put points on the board. This is not your typical Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that we have seen historically. Good defense, we're going to win with a ground game, and we're going to smash mouth, and we're going to hit the other team in the face, and that's what we're going to do. No, this new Buccaneer team has offense. And the 49ers right now, guys, we just don't know what's going on with them. I mean, they are in free fall at this point right now. I know that I think the early lines might have had this going for San Francisco, but again, I just think that the Bucs are going to be too much on this one. We've got San Diego going to Atlanta. Atlanta is the team to beat in their division right now. Go with Atlanta. I mean, they are the team. San Diego has to go to Atlanta to try to beat them. Go ahead and go with Atlanta on that one. New England and Pittsburgh, and there's been some recent breaking news with Pittsburgh and what's going on with their quarterback, Big Ben. Big Ben just had knee surgery, and as a result of that, he's going to be gone. He's not going to be in this game. So what I will say is go with New England on that one just because. I mean, without Ben, the game might have been a different type of game, but with Ben is out, he's not going to be in there. Brady and them are going to probably roll in this one. Go with New England. Seattle and Arizona. This game is in Arizona. Guys, I don't think Seattle is as good as they are projected. They got away with a blown call. And you know what, to be honest with you, Richard Sherman has had a lot of pass interference calls this season that have not been called. I mean, they've been pass interference, but the calls just have not went there. And as a result of that, they have been able to, they've been benefiting from that. Just last week, there was a blown pass interference call that could have, changed the outcome of that game. This game is in Arizona. Arizona is on the up and up. Arizona's coming back. They're out there making noise in the NFC West. Go with Arizona. And the Monday night game, Texans going to play the Denver Broncos in Denver. Come on, guys. I know we've got two decent teams, but this game is in Denver. Denver's defense in Denver. They play hard in Denver. Going to be hard, I think, for the Texans to be able to pull this one out. So my pick on that one, go with Denver. All right, those are going to be my picks for week 7 of the NFL season. Drop me a comment below and let me know how your picks have been going. Some of the things that I talked about. Do you think Green Bay is for real? Are we now far enough along in the season to kind of have a good projection as to who's going to be in there in the end? Let me know what you think. All right, if you're still with me, obviously I'm at the end of this video. You obviously like it because I'm at the end. So I'm going to ask you to give me a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to Marcus's Corner. All right, that's going to be it for this week. I will see you next week. Peace.